Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 204 of Ask Vidas and Aušra podcast. This question was sent by Kaya, who is helping us to transcribe some of the podcast into text and make them into a blog posts. So, she wrote a question. Labas, Vidai ir Aušra. She knows a little Lithuanian, so this means
Nice.
Hi, Vidas and Aušra. She continues, I was inspired by episode 192 to make a video of my newest creation, a lyric song, which meant I would have to sing Shudder and post it on YouTube for the whole world to see. I had a couple thoughts about it that I'll share with you. I tried to make my lyrics as non-specific as possible, probably for two reasons. One, I want them to be universally accessible. But two, I think I also try to hide my personal life, even though songwriting involves putting it on display for the whole world. So I make lyrics that don't give away specific details. It's a weird balance I have to find, isn't it? Or do I? Another thing I was thinking about this, I want to encourage people to use and change and improve any music I create. I don't believe in copywriting this kind of stuff I create, which is mostly keyboard music. What do you think about that? I arrived at this conclusion after I discovered a beautiful piano concerto by Władysław Żeleński, and the library in Poland that is sitting on the sheet music wouldn't let me even borrow it for my school's concerto competition. Only one or two people have ever recorded it, and I suspect only those people have ever been granted access to copies of the music. How do they expect to honor Żeleński, their own country or music itself, if they treat it like it's not music and leave it to gather dust behind red tape? No wonder this composer is so obscure. I would be so mad if a library hoarded up my copyrighted music after my death and refused to share it. And she gives the video link, which you can also click and view. And she writes further, thank you for everything you do. The world is really a better place with people like you. I can't wait to meet you in person this summer. Love, Kaya. So, Aušra, Kaya is coming to Vilnius on the occasion of song festival we'll have in July. Thousands or even tens of thousands of singers will come who have Lithuanian background, at least from all over the world, and sing it is a huge festivity because this year entire Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia celebrate centennial of their independence.
Yes, it will be very exciting, and we are looking forward to see Kaya in Lithuania. I think we will have a great experience, and I hope she will like it here.
There is so much to see and enjoy. I think each Baltic country has their own singing traditions, and together we are quite unique in the entire world with this song festivities, massive festivals where thousands of people gather every 4 years, I think. So wonderful. So Kaya started to compose music.
It's wonderful. I think it's wonderful.
Not only compose, which a lot of people do, but she started to share her music,
yes,
which only a few people do.
And it's wonderful that she creates her own texts.
Right.
Lyrics. Because I remember the day when I was back in the high school, I loved poetry. So what I would do, I would, pick up some kind of lyrics, and I would sit down at the piano and would play whatever accompaniment, just based on the basic chords, and would sing those poems. And it was fun. I had a great time.
Did you used to write down those lyrics in your own notebooks?
Yes.
Did you keep them?
Yes, I still have them. There are like 4 volumes of them.
Do you look at them now sometimes?
No, because, partially I don't have so much time, and partially because I memorized almost all of them, and I could still cite maybe half of them.
Wow.
From memory, yes.
You have excellent memory.
Well, it's not so good as it was, 20 years ago, but yes, still, it's okay.
Is it a useful skill to have good memory?
Yes, it's very useful skill.
To remember everything.
But sometimes not, because you would like to forget some things.
To remember good things and forget bad things.
That's right.
Excellent. So back to Kaya. She created the lyrics non-specific, right, and generally accessible, to be universal, so that other people could relate to them, right? Not about her own life. In part, also, she wanted to protect her personal life,
yes.
right? Because if she puts on YouTube something, then thousands of people might see and hear and comment, and those comments might hurt. Of course, you are always free to disable those comments if you don't think that they matter. They can vent somewhere else.
That's true.
But I don't know. What would you recommend, Kaya, to create something very personal, like very, very vulnerable, about her own feelings or experiences, or something more universal?
Well, you could look at 2 sides to this issue, because on one hand I understand why she wants to create more universal lyrics, that it would be accessible to everybody, understandable to everybody, and she would not expose herself so much to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. But on the other hand, I think that if you would create more personal things, we might, excite more other people's and
Personal.
Yes, personal.
Mm-hmm. Because they understand
And
that you are vulnerable.
Yes, and we might, your lyrics might touch their hearts more.
Exactly. Are there, in your experience from reading poetry, do poets sometimes write personal related poems, or more often general, universal?
We do it both ways. But yes, that poetry which shows the inner feelings and excites more.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, we seem like each of us is unique, and yes, each of us are unique, but I think we all share the same feelings, and everybody of us has certain good experience and bad experience, and many of us experience love and
Mm-hmm.
and other things. So
in order to protect herself, she could simply publish them under a pseudonym.
yes, that would be a great idea. That's how many poets did in their lifetime.
Of course, if she publishes a video, then her face is visible, right? But she could point the camera, away from her face, right? Away.
Yes, if you would do like profile, picture, then you wouldn't be so well recognized.
Or maybe just looking at the score, facing the score, so that people would see the score, or hands.
Yes.
Right?
So there is always a way how to to make it work.
And I'm looking now at the YouTube channel by Kaya, and she has quite a few pieces arranged and performed, from West Side Story, Estonian folk dance, arranged for 2 pianos, right? Even some Polish composer Leopold Godowski. This is interesting. I think she could continue. Do you think, Aušra, that YouTube today is the best place to share your creativity or not?
Well, it's a good place to share it because so many people, use it, and you will have a big large auditorium. But also, I would share it on Musicoin.
The audio file.
Yes, because it's you would get back more out of Musicoin, I would say.
Especially if the platform grows and the
Yes.
value of that coin grows too, then your entire revenue also grows. And put it on Steemit too, because they have the sound application which accepts audio files, or video version of Steemit is DTube. It's like YouTube but with Steemit on Steam blockchain. So you get also some revenue out of that when somebody upvotes your content.
Yes, so you have a few options, so do them.
And it's only the beginning of blockchain-based social networks and content monetization techniques. So I'm sure there will be many others and maybe better platforms to post your content in the future. So always be on the lookout for revolutions in this field, because blockchain is the future, I think, of media, and people should not neglect this, right? Because it rewards directly creators. So, and Kaya doesn't believe in copyright. Do you believe in copyright, Aušra?
Yes and no. Because in some cases it gets frustrating, like Kaya described about this Vladislav Zelensky. But on the other hand, you have to protect somehow, your work.
That's the thing. Now you can have not public domain music, but Creative Commons license, which means you're free to share and distribute, and only you have to give credit to a person who created it. But it's free, right, to do anything you want with it. But the thing with Creative Commons is that you still cannot really monetize it, right? You can't live off your art. So there has to be some other way to monetize your brain, so to say. Then one of those ways is probably blockchain based, right? That we mentioned earlier. So copyright means that if somebody picks up that you have performed, let's say, Vladislav Zelensky's concerto, so then if this is copyrighted, a portion of your revenue will go to a copyright owner of that work. Maybe relatives of Vladislav Zelensky, or I don't know if the library has copyright. Probably not, but maybe the publisher has. I don't know. So in part, yes, people have to be rewarded for their work. That's why we have copyright for 50 or 75 years after composer's death. But that's a tricky sometimes situation, because you don't always know if the person has performed or not, right, Aušra?
Yes, that's true.
But now blockchain-based platforms for copyrighted content is also being created, so people should check out them soon also. it's a new paradigm now with blockchain. They can automatize everything and make it so easy to check and track. It's like distributed digital ledger where everything you put on that ledger stays forever, and you can't say no, I didn't perform the concert by Vladislav Zelensky, because the ledger says you did, you know.
Yes, no way to hide.
Yeah. Excellent. I just would add, I believe that creators should get paid, you know, for their work, and in what form or what shape, it depends.
But yes, you also need to share your works, because otherwise it will just die.
Exactly. If you hide, if you always, you know, protect it under copyright, nobody will notice it. So it's a balance. Maybe when you are just starting, you could share them more freely, and when you are, you know, more advanced and mature, you could start to, I don't know, hold back a little.
Yes, that I think is a good suggestion.
Right. And it's always good to 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 monetize your creativity, you know, and control it, and not give away copyright to other entities like institutions or companies, because they will abuse your rights for sure.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, thank you guys. Keep creating, keep sharing your um music, and not only music. You can do anything you want today. And keep sending us your wonderful questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.